What's going on, everyone? For today, I'm going to be talking about what makes you fat. So people have no idea why they're overweight today, right? But today, you'll be learning why some people are overweight and why some people aren't. So without no doubt, if you're excessively eating more than usual, you will gain weight. This is known as a calorie surplus. So if you're excessively indulging in foods, you're going to gain weight because your body has no idea what to do with all this food. Therefore, it will store as fat because you're not utilizing the food in a proper manner. In order to utilize food, you people need to exercise or go on a walk or exert energy by, moving. So ultimately, when it comes to weight management, it's all about your eating habits, your portion control, and how many calories your body needs at the end of the day. Everyone is different when it comes to calorie intake, okay? So I'm a short person, and I need around like 2,000 calories in order to maintain my type of physique, whereas like a typical normal average person probably doesn't need around 2,000 calories because he doesn't have or she doesn't have that much muscle mass to maintain. So their calorie intake will be slightly different from mine. Their calorie intake will probably be around 1,700 to like 2,000, whereas I need 2,000 in order to maintain my muscle mass, right, without losing any muscle. So let's dive right into what makes people fat. Okay, people. So number one is the lack of exercise. Believe it or not, a lack of exercise will lead to weight gain, as I mentioned earlier, especially if you're excessively consuming foods, right? So if you're not exercising, if you're not an active person, your body will store all the food as fat. So you're going to be storing fat throughout your stomach, throughout your body, your arms, your thighs, wherever your body likes to store fat, it will store the food as fat. And when you continue this, you will accumulate fat over time, which will develop into stubborn fat, and that is a difficult process to remove or to reverse, right? So a sedentary lifestyle is not the way to go. First off, if you're sedentary, majority of your lifetime, you are decreasing your lifespan and you're causing major health complications, okay? You're vulnerable to almost everything, okay? Since you are sedentary, you aren't promoting strong bones and muscles, so you are exposed to fracturing easy. You're exposed to immune issues, mental issues, so on and so forth. The list is very long when it comes to a inactive or sedentary lifestyle. It's very important that you, the human being, needs to be active and to have maintenance, right? You need to go about maintenance. Exercising is maintenance. Taking care of your mental health is maintenance, and so on and so forth, right, people? Like, I cannot stress that enough, okay? So this is my recommendation when it comes to exercising. All you need to do is just get active, become active, go on for a walk, go for a jog, okay? Go work out, go lift weights. Whatever the case might be, whatever you find enjoyable and fun, do that. It could be yoga, it could be Pilates, or whatever you people call it, right? It could be hot yoga, it could be cycling, it could be swimming, whatever. The key is activity, okay? So if you're active in any form, that will promote weight loss because you're utilizing the food as energy, which will result in weight loss, right? If you're exerting energy, your body has no choice but to lose weight, to lose fat, because you're exerting energy. You're burning more energy than you consume, and this is why this is how weight loss occurs. You need to be burning more energy than you consume. That is that. So lack of exercise will definitely make people fat because you are storing all the food into fat and you're accumulating this over time, and this is why people are obese, right? Number two is lack of eating healthily, okay? So if you're consuming junk food on a daily basis, this will definitely make you fat. Now, this is probably the main culprit along with lack of exercise, but in this day and age, everything's being processed. ultra processed, and they are loaded with sugar and sodium and other harmful ingredients, additives, preservatives, so on and so forth, which definitely harms your body in the long run. So junk food has no nutritional value for us humans. Okay, so if you're constantly eating like fast foods, or if you're constantly consuming sodas or chips or candies, or sweets, pastries, cookies, so on and so forth, the list is huge when it comes to junk food. Okay, you are causing harm than good. First off, you're spiking your insulin, and it's dropping dramatically, which will hinder weight loss, and which will make you gain weight or fat. So that's very important to realize, right? And not even mentioning that junk food doesn't make a person full nor satiated, meaning that you could continue eating junk food without feeling full, without feeling satisfied. And this is where people end up overeating or over consuming on junk foods, and this leads to obesity and a stretched out stomach. And this is why people have huge stomachs, like Buddha stomachs, okay, beer bellies, because they're constantly stuffing their bellies with food, and as a consequence, it has no choice but to stretch out to hold all that fat, okay. And if you look at obese people, this is the issue. Their stomach is stretched out and they're big, huge, because you're constantly stuffing your body with food, with junk food, I should say. It is much harder to become obese on healthy foods, trust me. So in order to lose weight, people cannot eat junk food majority of the time. You cannot. Now, I'm not saying you need to remove junk food from your life. Just limit your junk food intake. Okay, limit it. Have control, have moderation, and choose the right junky foods to consume. You don't want to consume cookies on a daily basis, nor sodas on a daily basis. You don't want to be consuming sodas for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and in between. You know what I mean? You don't want to be consuming sweets and chips in between for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. You don't want to be doing all that. Sure, you can have one soda a day. You can have chips at lunchtime. You can have dessert only at night. You know what I'm saying? Have control, have moderation. You don't want to have junk foods throughout the day on a daily basis. What I'm trying to say, you need to consume some type of healthy foods. Okay, you need to get your proteins, fats, and carbs from a healthy source. Okay, so your proteins, fats, and carbs should come from whole organic foods. If it's not organic, then whole foods are the way to go. But I wouldn't recommend going out to fast foods and ordering that. That's not really whole foods, because that's ultra fine, ultra processed, and that causes major complications, and that will lead to weight gain. What I'm trying to say is that when it comes to preparing meals and going about meals, it should be homemade style, because you get to dictate what's in the food, how many calories it is, what type of chemicals you're adding or ingredients, and so on and so forth. And from this, you control your portions, you control your nutritional aspect, and overall it's just healthier for you to do homemade meals, right? Because you have a variety of things you could go about, and overall it's a better option for people who are trying to lose weight, because overweight people tend to excessively indulge in junk foods and fast foods and sodas and whatnot, and this is why people are obese. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? I cannot stress that enough. I don't know why people don't realize this. You know what I'm saying? And the last one is the excess intake of calories or food. So ultimately, if you're neglecting exercise, if you're neglecting healthy eating, and if you're excessively consuming food, this is the recipe for obesity and diabetes and health issues and heart issues and mental issues, depression, anxiety, so on and so forth. The list goes on and on and on. Okay, so by excessively eating foods, or if you're in a calorie surplus, right, you will gain fat no matter what. Like I said, if you consume more energy than you burn, you're going to gain weight. If you burn more energy than you consume, then you're going to lose weight. So with that being said, you need to taper down your food intake. You need to have portion control. Moderation is the key, and just focus on healthy eating, focus on portion control, and focus on, being satisfied. You don't want to continuously eating food and stuffing your face and your belly just because like you don't feel full, right? In order to feel full, you need to eat healthy, you need to have lots of fiber. And yeah, I mean, that's pretty much it. It's pretty much self-explanatory when it comes to weight gain and weight loss, but a lot of people don't realize that, and or they simply just do not care. You know what I mean? And then, to be honest, when it comes to losing weight, you don't need exercise per se, because I myself don't do any cardio. And when I was a teenager, I didn't even work out one bit. So in order for me to lose weight, I had to focus on my diet and my nutrition. Once I've changed my perspective about dieting and nutrition and on food, I saw food differently. Okay, I started to control my portions. I started to eat healthier, and I gave my body time to rest and to digest and to utilize those foods in a proper manner, by not excessively eating, by fasting, and by having a set routine. If you have a set routine, you are on track for a healthy lifestyle. Because if you're not on track, if you don't have a routine, you're going to be binging at night, you're going to be binging in the morning, you may be binging throughout the day. And this is not a good thing. The human body doesn't like to consume foods, on a hourly basis or on a 30-minute basis. The body ends up accumulating these foods as toxins, especially if you neglect exercise and self-care and whatnot, right? So your body accumulates this over time, and if you don't give the body a break, then it will store it, which causes health issues, right? And this is why people have insulin issues, metabolism issues, and so on and so forth. The list is huge to include. It's too long to include. But just know that exercising and your diet and nutrition will dramatically affect your weight and your health outcomes. So with that being said, be keen on what you're eating and strive for healthy eating, and strive to become healthier, because ultimately that's the goal. If you strive to be healthier, your body has no choice but to regulate itself and to lose weight and to stay healthy. If you guys enjoyed this video, please leave me a thumbs up, leave me a comment down below if you guys have any questions, comments, or concerns, and subscribe for more.